Hi, I'm Renee Ng, your host for Common Sense. Now, this looks just like a bucket of shattered glass, but to Dandoy Glass, this is actually something that they can sell. In today's episode, we pay them a visit. They are one of the largest glass installers in Southern California and one of the oldest businesses in Torrance. They opened in 1948. We're going to find out how they got started and how exactly the glass installation process works. Ever since brothers Doug and John Dandoy were kids, they were always helping out at Dandoy Glass.
As young as the 6th grade, after getting out of school, come over here and sweep the floors. We used to cut a lot of round circles for Armco steel.
That's because their father, Dale Dandoy, started the business more than 60 years ago.
I used to get paid like a nickel a piece to cut them, and so I started out cutting round pieces of glass in great quantities, and I don't think I really cared about being paid. I just kind of liked the idea of working with the glass.
It was a way to earn a few bucks and learn a trade where in the future I could earn bigger bucks, and that's where we're at right now.
Their father didn't start off with a big investment. He first worked for a glass company in Long Beach.
I used to drive around on the weekend and find jobs for the company, and finally asked the owner of that company, can I get a little extra money for finding these jobs for you? And the owner said, no, you can't. So my dad decided, well, maybe I'll open my own shop.
In 1948, Dale had enough to establish his own glass company in Torrance with one glass truck.
It was only about 1/3 of the size that it is right now. And slowly but surely, he added on to the back of it.
Eventually, Dandoy Glass expanded its Arlington location to its current size of 15,000 square feet. The brothers took over in the late 80s, and they now have an office space, showroom, workshop area, and 6 glass trucks.
We're equal partners in this place, 50-50, although at this point in time, Mom is 100%, so we're still waiting for that day to happen, but we're not in any hurry.
Keeping the business running strong for almost 3 decades has not been easy. Stay with us after the short break to find out how they manage.
As we recognize the service of America's men and women in uniform, let's also honor the families who sacrifice so much every day. As the service member serves, so does the family. Do you really want to honor a veteran? Look for ways to support their families and thank them for their sacrifices. Go to legion.org/honor-veterans to find out how you can help.
What are you doing, dear?
My finances. Every week I divide my allowance, some to spend, some to charity. But the first thing I do is set aside 10% to save for my future.
That's awfully grown up. Did you learn that in school?
No, Dad taught me. He said if you want something tomorrow, you have to save today. Dad's saving for retirement. I'm saving for a new bike.
Choose to save. To learn how to get started, get your free Power to Choose brochure.
He's a smart man, your father.
Welcome back to Common Sense. We're checking out Dandoy Glass, a well-established glass company that has been around since 1948. Brothers Doug and John Dandoy now run the company started by their father, Dale.
He just wanted to make a good go of this place and see it expand as much as it could.
The business initially focused on automotive work.
I started working on automotive windshields and door glasses and learned that part of it.
And eventually expanded to include more residential work, such as installing shower doors and mirrors.
It's always nice to be able to go put a shower door in, or even fix a little broken window around the corner, or maybe someone's sliding door isn't rolling right and they need the rollers fixed.
Installing a shower door can range from $800 to $1,500, and fixing a broken window costs about $150. But the bread and butter for the business is in commercial projects.
Commercial project can be $50,000, fairly easy. It takes maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So definitely the commercial aspect of it is where the money is.
Dandoy Glass also bought the property in the 1970s, so they don't have any rent expense.
It's all paid for, so we don't have a monthly rent that we got to worry about paying a landlord for.
And they have the support of their customers.
We have a lot of customers that we've been servicing, for years and years, property management companies, insurance companies, contractors. There's always work out there.
Having a great staff also helps. They have 12 employees, plus John and Doug.
I'm here in the office doing the paperwork and all the business aspects of it, and he goes out and does the measuring and estimating of most of the residential projects.
I look over all the labor part of it, keep tracks on what jobs need to be done, what guys are best qualified to do those jobs.
That's not all. Dandoy Glass is known for something else in the community. Stay tuned after the break to find out what it is.
From Maine to Maui, thousands of high school students across the country are getting in on the action by volunteering in their communities.
Action teams of high school students are joining Volunteers of America and Major League Baseball players to help train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
It's easy to start an action team at your school, so you too can get in on the action.
Are you in? Get in on the action at actionteam.org.
When I was younger, I didn't want to admit I had a serious disease. Because of my diabetes, I lost the sight in my left eye. Misconceptions continue to surround this monster public health issue. But the simple truth is, diabetes can often be prevented and complications avoided. You're not alone. Understand the realities of diabetes and know that you can manage it and lead a full, active life.
Welcome back to Common Sense, where we're featuring Dandoy Glass, a family-owned business that has been around since 1948. Their longevity has been a result of taking on residential and commercial projects along with a support staff that thrives in their business culture.
We're all pretty much family, so it's a really good atmosphere to work for.
It's definitely family-oriented in that sense. I mean, we can talk to each other without having to feel like,
And more. They have built a solid reputation for doing a good job.
A lot of times the customers, they don't even shop. They say, John, just do the job. You've done work for us for years. We know you're fair. We know you'll do a good job. We trust you. Just do it.
Whatever the price is, we say we'll do it for. That's what we do it for, even if it takes a little extra, materials or labor on our end. And if there's ever a problem, we always back out there fixing it.
A shower door installation typically takes 2 weeks, including materials and labor. Customers typically call and request an estimate. Dandoy Glass will go out to make measurements and get a feel for the installation. Afterwards, the customers visit the business in person.
They come in here to the showroom, take a look at the different options of the glass and the colors of the hardware.
After customers decide on the glass, it's sourced locally from vendors in Los Angeles.
From what I understand from other companies that we buy glass from, it's actually can be a little cheaper to buy it outside the U.S., but with the economy and stuff, we try to really keep it inside the U.S.
The glass usually arrives in a couple of days.
It can vary anywhere from a couple of days, depending on the item that you're ordering. For like very small, minimal jobs, really no fabrication, I can get it within the next couple of days.
We're typically back to their home in 5 to 7 business days installing the shower door.
Commercial projects take longer. For example, they have worked on Del Amo Mall for almost 30 years.
We've replaced all the doors at the Del Amo Center back in the late 80s. I think there was over 100 doors leading into the mall through all their openings.
And they have done work for the city of Torrance.
We do, all their replacements as far as broken windows. We're going to do a renovation at the Henderson Library. They're getting ready to remodel that.
And if customers want to install a window or mirror themselves, Dandoy Glass carries some glass in stock.
For like mirrors and like 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch glass and stuff like that, that we order in crates. So that way we have that in stock.
Dandoy Glass can also do custom work, whether it's cutting glass to fit a door frame or any other special project, like the Wayfarers Church in Rancho Palos Verdes, where they had to install a circular piece of glass 9 feet wide.
That was a very challenging job to get that piece of glass in. But we're always up for a challenge, I can't recall last time ever turning down a job because we didn't think we could handle it.
And they even sell buckets of shattered glass for $5 a pound. They can be used for decoration in fireplaces. This is created by shattering safety glass strips. Aside from running the business, like most companies, Dandoy Glass also felt the effects of the economic recession. When we come back from the break, we'll tell you how they weathered the storm.
This neighborhood sure has changed a lot over the years. There was a time when people like me couldn't live here. I will never forget being told I wasn't welcome in this neighborhood. Well, I own this building now. The Fair Housing Act made a difference for someone like me, so I can choose where I want to live, free from discrimination. Glad you could make it. Right this way.
I am Sammy, and I have high cholesterol.
Specifically, Sammy and I have familial hypercholesterolemia, or FH, an inherited genetic disease that causes high cholesterol, often starting in childhood. FH affects more than 600,000 Americans, but often goes undiagnosed, leading to premature heart attack and death. If caught early, FH is treatable. Do you know if high cholesterol runs in your family? See your doctor and get screened. For more information, visit www.learnyourlipids.com.
We're at Dandoy Glass, a staple of the Torrance business community since 1948. The family-run business has been going strong for just over 6 decades, but was still affected by the recession.
Our sales probably dropped 50% in '09, and gradually has worked its way, up maybe 10% every year since then.
And running a business isn't without other stressors.
Just to say you have a family business is kind of nice, but it definitely does take a toll on you as far as worrying about day-to-day, especially with the economy the way it's been.
It's rewarding to have a customer take the time, and this doesn't happen very often, but occasionally call back and say, hey John, I just wanted to tell you what a great job your guys did, and you did an excellent job measuring, everything fit beautifully, and we are just super happy. That's what it's all about.
And there are always competitors to be wary of.
We're well established, so I feel good in that respect, but I see a lot of competitors that just closing up or downsizing, working out of their garage or a rental space or something like that.
To find new business, Dandoy Glass advertises their business through a variety of ways, including monthly mailers, local newspapers, and
we do advertise in all the local magazines in the South Bay, yeah. Yellow pages on the internet.
And they also spread the word about their business through community donations.
Do a calendar ad for the local high schools, Torrance South, Narbonne, or local baseball teams, that sort of things.
And the community recognizes their efforts.
Daily Breeze puts out a South Bay's Best. We won that, I believe, 2010, 11, and 12 for Best Glass and Mirror Company.
Another rewarding aspect of running the business has been watching the community develop through the years.
We used to be able to, walk here to Crenshaw or Sepulveda just through fields and oil wells, and it's definitely evolved for sure.
The Dandoy brothers hope their business will be around for another few decades to witness Torrance's development.
Hopefully to pass it on to either my son or one of my daughters, and hopefully it'll be around for another 60 years.
Thank you for watching today as we explore Dandoy Glass and their long-standing history as a Torrance business. I'm Renee Ng, and thank you so much for watching Common Sense, where we offer a rare, behind-the-scenes look at local Torrance businesses and explore the secrets to their success. If you know of another local business you would like to see featured on our show, please send an email to commonsense@torranceca.gov. We look forward to seeing you next time.